So far, the DC Extended Universe has been pretty hit or miss. Some of the DC films are really bad, some are just okay, and others are really good. And Aquaman showed that DC aren't afraid to be more fun and embrace the comic books. It looks like where the DC films are headed from now on, especially with their newest film, Shazam. And now that it's finally arrived, it's time to review it.
Sorry about your window, but you're welcome for not getting robbed.
Oh, hey, what's up? I'm a superhero.
Okay, since this movie has been out for a while, I'm just gonna go into spoilers during this review. So, if you haven't seen Shazam yet, click off this video now. So, if you didn't know, I've been really excited for this. It's no secret that I haven't been the biggest fan of DCU so far. I mean, Justice League is one of the worst superhero movies I've ever seen. But the Comic-Con trailer for this looked way better than I could have imagined, and everything I saw from the film since then just got me more and more hyped for this. So now that Shazam is out, did it live up to my expectations? It did. Shazam is the best film in the DCU, and I'd say the best DC movie since The Dark Knight. It's fun, yeah I know everyone's already used that word to describe this movie, but it's true, and way more heartfelt than I thought it would be. Let's start off with the positives. First off, the cast here is fantastic. You can tell Zachary Levi had a lot of fun as Shazam. You really believe you're watching a kid in a grown man's body, and he brings this element of childlike wonder that always manages to feel natural. Asher Angel was great as Billy Batson, and both actors felt as though they were playing the same character. Jack Dylan Grazer really stole the show as Freddie Freeman. Billy's foster family weren't super developed, except maybe Mary, but I didn't mind, since it was a lot of characters to introduce, and they were still really likable. And during the final fight, where they all got the power of Shazam, that was just so cool to see. Mark Strong was perfect for the role of Dr. Sivana, and he's by far my favorite villain in the DCU. He's menacing, you understand him and where he's coming from, and he's full-on evil. He straight up threatens to kill little kids. That's not really something you see from villains in movies anymore. The only thing I didn't really understand was why he wanted the power of Shazam. He already has powers that are just like Shazam's, along with 7 demon monsters that can come out of his eye at any moment. So if anything, he's more powerful. I guess he just wanted a costume. Also, why didn't he kill the wizard Shazam when he had the chance? I know those are kinda nitpicks, but they bothered me a little while I was watching it. Back to what's good, I really enjoyed the action. It wasn't anything mind-blowing, but it was all still really good. The movie was overall very funny, though a lot of the best jokes were revealed in the trailers. But, you know, that's not the film's fault at all. The Superman cameo at the end was pretty great, especially considering it had to be done without Henry Cavill, for whatever reason. The more emotional moments of the film, mainly the scene when Billy found his mom, was so well done, and pretty damn powerful. I mean, honestly, if I had a soul, that scene probably would have made me cry. It also got surprisingly dark at times. The opening scene has a pretty intense car crash, a woman disintegrates while screaming, and then there's the boardroom scene, which reminded me a lot of the hospital scene from Spider-Man 2. The film overall actually reminded me of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy and how it was directed. Like the Raimi trilogy, it was overall lighthearted, but it had some horror elements, it had some cheesy elements, which isn't a bad thing at all. Everything in this movie that was cheesy was intentional, and it worked. As for the negatives, there really isn't a whole lot. A few of the effects looked a bit strange. During some of the action scenes, Shazam and Dr. Sivana looked really fake, like they were made out of rubber. It reminded me of that scene from The Matrix Reloaded where Neo fights all those Agent Smiths. Obviously it wasn't that bad, but that's what it reminded me of. The pacing is also a bit weird at points. Not the pacing of the film as a whole, but some individual scenes went on just a bit too long, and it just felt kinda off. But really, that's all I have to say for the negatives. Overall, Shazam was just so much fun, and felt so genuine. I'd highly recommend seeing it as soon as possible. I mean, what else is there to watch? Hellboy? I'm gonna review that soon. Anyway, I'm gonna give Shazam a 9.5 out of 10. Also, here's where I rank it compared to the other DCU movies. It's the best one. I think I already said that. Whatever. So that's what I thought about Shazam. Thanks for watching, I really appreciate it. If you want, you can follow me on Twitter @TimMcGeekYT, leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this one.